Schedule 1, Cuphead, Papers, Please, Subnautica, and all these games have two things in common. One, they're some of the most popular games of all time. And two, well, you read the title, didn't you? They're indie games. Now, in case you didn't have time to read the definition on screen, indie games are, despite what younger me thought, not Indian games. They're games made by small groups or individuals without any big organisations like EA backing them, for example. And I mean, I'm sure with the list of games I've showed you, you've seen one of the memories come back in your head. For example, with me, Papers, Please. I remember watching Jacksepticeye play that ages ago. And at the time, I was like, this is one of the best games I've ever seen. Little did I know it was made by a single person. That's Lucas Pope, and he had made Papers, Please as nothing more than just a passion project. Prior to making Papers, Please, he had quit his job at Naughty Dog. No, he wasn't working for your mother. The same studio that made games such as Uncharted and The Last of Us, and took a risk and started making his own games, and managed to make a game great enough to win the BAFTA award for simulation and strategy, as well as sell over 5 million copies to this date. For perspective, that's a minimum of 50 times more than Redfall, a so-called AAA game.
Who are you?
I am your daddy.
And no offense to Papers, Please, but it's one of the smaller indie games on this list. And I guarantee you every single one of these indie games have a story like this that's just inspirational. And if you're interested, I already made a video on Schedule 1 right there on the screen, right in this very frame. And it's another story of just a single person making a passion project that blows up way further than they could have anticipated. And in recent years, the growth and success of indie games have increased exponentially. Now, there are many reasons for this, but in my opinion, it just has to be AAA games are bad. Like, I guarantee you and your friends probably play like the same 5 co-op games as you have for 10 years. I'm talking like Rocket League, Overwatch, Siege, CSGO, Apex, stuff like that, Fortnite. And even if it is a new game, it's one made by the same franchise, like a new COD game, other than Marvel Rivals at least. And even though it's not the same for single player games, like there are better AAA single player games coming out, it's still a decline from how it used to feel. And this is due to companies taking away creative freedom, thinking only about profit, sacking workers just because they think it will save them money. A great example of this is Hi-Fi Rush, a game that did really well, but the studio was disbanded by Bethesda and Microsoft literally a year after its release, I think. Like, why? They made a really creative game, it was done beautifully, received beautifully, and you've gone fuck you. And that's just one of the examples where good employees are cut from massive companies, multi-million-dollar companies, just because they need to save more money. When in reality, people making games like Hi-Fi Rush is the only thing keeping Bethesda afloat when they forgot how to make any good Fallout games. Now we're in a world where every AAA game has took like 10 million shortcuts to save money before releasing their game. Somehow AAA companies are the Mr. Krabs of the gaming world. This creates a cycle where people load up a new AAA game for 10 seconds, close it, then have to go hunt for new games, and they see the shiny new indie game in the store and they want it. And it's not even just only regular people, it's influencers, streamers, YouTubers, people who get tens of thousands of viewers displaying the game for everyone to see, their whole community. And a lot of the times the games are fun. Examples: Repo, Lethal Company, I'm not sure if that's indie, Schedule 1, of course, all these games that people see, and it converts to sales for their games, and suddenly AAA games aren't getting sales because the streamers are playing indie games more than them when they have half the team minimum. And the reasons they become so successful is because they're not held back creatively at all. It's one person or a small team doing whatever they want with their vision. And you feel this within the games. They feel inspired and motivated, not just like some corporal shitbag told the developers exactly what to do and how to do it. And if they try to have any fun, they'll get fired. And sure, the games are usually not visual masterpieces. They're not games that make your eyes go, wow, I'm going to take a screenshot and put this as my desktop screensaver. But the idea behind them and the creativity, and sometimes even just the simplicity, makes the game something beautiful. And overall, it goes to show something really cool. You can have all the budget in the world, an entire team behind something, and if it's not something they enjoy doing, most of the time the game isn't going to be very good. It's going to turn out as a Redfall, as a Concord, a game that could have been but just wasn't. And this is definitely something that's been happening more and more over the years. Games are being made by people under strict conditions, and they're no longer really enjoying game making because they can't really do what they want to do as much as usual. These people then go on to branch off, make their own smaller game companies, or sometimes even just do stuff on their own, as explored with the Papers, Please earlier. If you don't treat their workers well, who have a lot of creative potential, they're going to go do their own thing and they'll do it better than your ass. And for the future of indie gaming, I'm sure this trend will continue. Very, very sure actually, because people are going to see these games doing successful and they realise their dreams are bigger than they think. Like, they're more achievable. If you can make a good game like Schedule 1, made in a few years, the guy's probably made 20 million. And as a person, let alone a group of people, making a game like this suddenly isn't impossible. So I think, yeah, indie games are going to keep rising, AAA games are going to keep falling down, and eventually maybe we'll even have a world dominated by indie games. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share, give me your feedback in the comments. I've also put a business email in the description of my channel if you want to hit me up. I'll edit videos for money. You know how it is. These do take a few hours to make though, just warning you. So hey. If you want a permanent editor, I'm also here actually, because I hate uni. Please save me. Thank you though. It means a lot. It means a lot to have you guys keep watching. The channel's been doing well. I hope it keeps doing well.